What really happens when you fall asleep at night? It's a strange thing, a strange phenomenon that every night when you close your eyes, some people think nothing happens. Some people think your brain just throws random things together and it means nothing. But let's think a little bit more on this, because last night I had a very interesting experience. I became lucid in my dream. But before this, I remember it being just as real, if not more real, than my waking life here. And in a way, this version of my life is the worst reality, and the reality that I woke up in when I closed my eyes, it was much better. I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any anxieties or stressors or anything like that. It was extremely vivid. And I thought it was real. But I didn't carry necessarily this consciousness that I have with me now into that dream. It was still me, but it was almost like it was a different version of me, because I did not remember really any key details of my life here. I still was me. I still had my personality and certain characteristics, but my life here was so far gone from my mind that it didn't even register. Even though in this dream, it was just as real as this place. And the reason I woke up is because my logical side of my brain kicked in at a key moment, at a moment that wouldn't necessarily make sense in this reality. I traveled to a place far away, off the beaten path. It was kind of like maybe a home base, so to say, a retreat of some sort. Just an area that was not consumed with the evils and the bullshit of this life. And when I got there, I had this split second charge in my brain that, wait a second, this doesn't make sense. So I got there within a day at this faraway place, and upon further thinking more on it, I was like, wait, that's not possible. How could I get here in less than a day's notice and less than a day's worth of travel? So that's when I became lucid in this dream. But even though I was lucid, my own memories and knowledge of this world didn't kick in. The only thing that kicked in was that, oh wow, I'm in a dream. This is some sort of dream state. And I started to get distracted by the crazy phenomena that I could now do within this dream. Instead of using my critical thinking, logical mind of, oh, this is a dream, let me experiment on how to get out of here or how to escape this place. No, that never crossed my mind. Not once. And that concerns me, because that's all I think about in this life. And just by closing my eyes and tuning into a different frequency that allows me to participate in a different realm, I seem to have lost that critical drive that is driving me now in this place. And I wonder if that is something that's being shielded from us in these dreams. Now, in this dream, I started to tell people that, hey, this is a dream. Are you real? Are you part of the dream? Or blah, 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 you know? And one of the girls that, to me, she was someone who was close to me. She was a friend, someone that I knew very well. In the dream, I can't explain how I knew her or who she was on this side of the veil. But in that reality, she was close to me. And she gave me a look that I took as she thought I was crazy. She thought I maybe had lost my mind or something. Kind of like a oh, you poor thing kind of look. And I started just doing just trivial bullshit, experimenting with the dream that really doesn't give any weight to the totality of our predicament here. So let's just think about this. So either I am living in different realities that my conscious awareness in this reality has no idea. Because when I woke up from this dream, I didn't even remember it upon waking, even though it was so vivid and so real. And to me, it lasted quite some time. I was in that realm for quite some time. But upon waking, it's like the memories and the experiences were being sucked out of me like a vacuum. And I had to really grasp it upon waking. And I lost a lot of the memories that I had there. But it was so life-changing to me because I realized that in that state, a lot of my other dreams that I've had throughout my life connected almost like a puzzle. All these different dream experiences were connected in a way that gave further evidence that I was living different lives that only made sense in the dream world that I just had come from. But in this side of the reality, it's hard to even fully put into words what is going on. And I think they're keeping a lot of things from us when we close our eyes at night. I've been practicing becoming more aware and lucid in my everyday life. So when that happened last night in my dream, I think that is a result of that. Common everyday little occurrences I'm becoming more aware and conscious of. Am I asleep? Am I dreaming? Is this real? I know this world isn't real, but those are the things that I've constantly asking myself and becoming aware of, because I'm now starting to realize that when I close my eyes, I slowly start drifting and resonating on a different frequency that pushes me through to other realities. And I hang on as long as I can. And it's almost like static on a TV, like fizzling in and out and bringing a picture. And I try to ride it like a bull. And of course it knocks you off. You can't hang on for too long. For some reason, it puts you into an unconscious state. And in that unconscious state, you're at the mercy of the ones who are in control of these things. It reminds me of the movie Dark City. The strangers are fucking with everybody, and they fuck with everybody when they go to sleep. And when they go to sleep, they change their characters, they change their personalities, they change their... If you're a doctor, now you're a homeless man. If you're a wife to someone, now that wife is killing you. It's just all these different scenarios. So in these dreams that I have, I've noticed that I play out different scenarios. And in the dream, I fully believe it. So I think in the movie Dark City, possibly it's showing that when we're asleep, they put us in different roles and different scenarios to see what we will do or not do, to see how we react, to see how conscious we are, really, I guess. And they don't like it when you become conscious in these little test scenarios, I'd say, if that's what's going on. If these aren't separate realities, if these are just staged scenarios where they're testing certain things, it's pretty interesting that while we're in these states, we don't retain who we are in that. And I'm just speaking for myself. I don't know what everyone else experiences in these dreams, but I do know that upon waking every morning, or whenever I wake up, sometimes I don't have dreams, or sometimes I feel like, oh, I remember little pieces of this and that, but it wasn't really that lucid. But that's how I felt today when I woke up. I felt that the pieces that I remember weren't as lucid as I experienced it in the dream. But in the dream, I firmly remember how real it all was. How it was just as real as this right now. Even more real than that. But upon waking, it's just like so faint memories that you have to like grab and hold on to. It's just hard to keep it, for me at least. And I know there's plenty of people who lucid dream and who are better at retaining this information, so maybe they could tell us their experiences. But this was really life-changing to me because it made me realize that there are people in different realities that I know deeply. And these different worlds are way more fulfilling and enriching than this reality. This is the fucked up, hellish reality. But this also leads me to question, okay, was any of that even real? As in, like when you die, there's these archons who come and they start impersonating people and they trick you into believing these people or these things and going along with the charade. So in these dreams, I notice that I am being tricked into going along with these charades and trusting people that in this part of reality, I have no idea who they are. But when I'm in that state, it seems like I do know these people. So are these just archons or whoever they are pulling a trick on me and I'm buying into it and I'm believing it? I mean, this is concerning because I don't want this to happen when I exit this place. And I don't want to believe that I will be that unconscious. upon exiting this place. But the evidence that I have of these dreams is that I am really unconscious when I'm in these scenarios, when I'm in these different realms. And even when I become lucid and realize, oh, this is a dream, I can do things I can't do in the world that I came from, even though I don't take my full consciousness with me while I'm lucid. You see what I'm saying? I'm lucid in this dream, but I'm not lucid enough to say, oh, I'm Joshua. I'm taking my full awareness from this reality into the dream. This could be a trick, a trap. This part of the soul trap. These people are manipulating me. Are these demonic entities playing these parts? How do I get out of here? How can I use this dream state to further find evidence or find a way out? No, none of that came to my mind, even though I was lucid. You see what I'm saying? Even though I was lucid, my level of lucidity was nowhere near where I am here. Going back to that previous video, my critical mind was not fully intact, even though I was lucid. Could I have become more lucid? Possibly. And I realized that when I turned on my critical mind, that's when I became lucid. Before that, I was just going along with the show, so to say. The play of the dream. I was going along with it. Even though, I'll say this again, it was extremely real. It was just like me talking to you now, but even more. And it was beautiful. I didn't feel any pain. I didn't feel any sorrow. I wasn't fearful. None of that. But in other dreams, I have been. So I think in these states, the only thing that can manipulate you are feelings rather than physical pains, like the fear of being hurt or the fear of something scary. But the actual infliction of pain onto your body, I don't think I've experienced that in a dream. So this leads me to believe or think, I'm just pondering here. I'm not saying any of this is true or false, but I'm just thinking out loud. This is the same thing that's going to happen when we exit this place. They're going to use fear and feelings to coerce you into things like, oh, a big bad boogeyman, I'm scared, rather than that big bad boogeyman inflicting pain on you, like a wild beast tearing your flesh off your body, and that kind of pain and suffering is unbearable. But in this realm, it's just the fear of that. So I hope this is making sense. So it's hard for me to piece this all together, and I know that there's some truth in this because whatever these controllers are and how they manipulate us and block us off from awareness and knowledge, it's really been doing a number on me today and keeping me at arm's reach of being able to think really deeply and piecing this together into words. Like, I have a lot of images, but I can't put them into words. It's hard for me to do that. So, again, the critical mind was bypassed in this dream, in this other reality, in this testing ground, whatever it was. My critical mind was taken away from me. And like water going down a hill and a river. I was just going along with whatever was happening and believing in the story. But when something happened that triggered my critical mind, I had a snap, and I acted on that snap to become conscious enough to question it. Okay, so that is what snapped me out of it. When we exit this body, we have to keep that critical thinking mind in questioning our surroundings, and questioning who we're talking to, and questioning what is being presented to us, and connecting to that side of ourselves. Otherwise, we're going to be pushed into the rushing waters and going with the flow with whatever is presented to us. When I used my critical mind, I was able to see through the veil that this was not what I thought. And I could put my hand through walls. I started writing something and it started disappearing. Things were changing rapidly. I did not have my full critical consciousness. Otherwise, I could have totally had full control in the dream. I didn't have full control. That's what I'm saying. Even though I was lucid. Are there different levels of lucidity that allow us to do different things? You hear about in near-death experiences that no one questions anything really. And if they do question it, if they don't want to go back, they're forced back, okay? Well, being forced back is going along with it because you're saying that they have more power over you. In actuality, if you became fully aware in this dream state, let's just hypothetical, in this dream state, and totally lucid, you would know that you could do any and everything you wanted to do, and nothing could stop you from that. So these people who are being forced back against their will aren't conscious enough to realize that they can become more lucid and change any and everything. So when we pass through these layers of sleep and death, remember that they are trying their damnedest to keep you under the spell of unconscious enslavement, unconscious dictatorship, unconscious powerlessness. If I could do that dream over again, I would become lucid, fully lucid, connect to myself here. It's like the movie Severance. There's all these different parts of you that are experiencing different things, who may even have different lives, but they're not connected to each other. Even though you're the same person, it's just you in different scenarios. And like the movie Dark City, in these different scenarios, you're playing out the so-called play that they want you to. I don't know what they're getting from it. Maybe they're trying to get. We're in the movie. They're trying to find out what the soul is and all that. If you have any ideas about what's going on, I'd love to hear that. I wish I could fully explain this to you, But it's just so hard to do that. I think that we're experiencing different realities. Dreams aren't random bullshit that they tell you. These could hold valuable keys into understanding what being fully conscious is. Because no matter what happens in this reality, I'm holding on to fuck this place. It's all deception. It's all an illusion. Everything's fake here. We're enslaved. And I want out. But in this dream, even though I was lucid, none of that came to me. None of that was in my awareness. That's strange to me. That's strange. That means I wasn't lucid. That means I wasn't fully there, even though I thought I was. So are they playing these little games with me? Are they playing these little games, allowing me to think that I'm actually conscious and aware, feeding my ego in ways that, oh, look, you can do anything you want. Look at this shiny thing over here. Look at that shiny thing over here. Keeping me distracted from the fact that fun is not what I need to be doing or experiencing. Fun in these dream states is a distraction from my sovereignty, from my freedom. Every moment during full lucidity, I need to be freeing myself from the bondages that have been placed upon me. But in this state, none of that was in my awareness. It just baffles me. It just makes me question things. It makes me concerned. I've never had a near-death experience. I've had few out-of-body experiences. Nothing crazy or out there, but I have left my body a few times. What is our true level of awareness once we leave this body for good? Are we going to be swept away in the dreamlike world that's presented to us? Or are we going to fully remain with our consciousness now into that realm? Because if we are not taking with us our memories and our knowledge from this place to the next, we're fucked. We're fucked. We're just little puppets. Use us as puppets and we get thrown back into whatever scenario they want us in. I'm not coming back here under any circumstances. And these people in the dream that I came from, I trusted. I knew. But did I really know these people? Or was it just a deception? So leaving this place, leaving this body, leaving this realm, I cannot trust anyone or anything, because I have just now been proven. I have just proven that I have been presented with that in dreams. I have been presented with that even in this life. I can't trust him. No matter how deep the feeling is, I can't listen to what they tell me. I can't follow them anywhere or do anything that they say, even if it's for my so-called best interest, because I know that deception and evil is real. Deception and evil surrounds us. No one told me in that dream that I was dreaming, what was going on, what the hell that place was, they looked at me like I was crazy. So maybe it's kind of like this reality where you say some truth and they look at you crazy. I don't know, but that just says they're unconscious too. Any way you spin it, I don't know where to go or what to do once I'm out of here. All I know is this place is evil from the root from the core, all of it. And if anyone or anything is letting this continue, is saying that this is a good thing, or this is the way it has to be, or tries to gaslight me in any way, or make me feel bad, or guilt trip me, or even love bomb me into thinking that all of this was for a good reason, I know with 100% fact that they are my enemy. Even if they are deceived, even if they aren't evil to the core, but they're just deceived into thinking this, they're still my enemy. And I cannot call them my allies or trust them in any way. And now this leads me to think that, okay, if you reach this level, are they going to send people who are going to agree with you, who are going to be there at your side and trick you that way into thinking that they are your allies in destroying this place and freeing people from this place? See, it's just an endless mindfuck. So, no offense, but until I can get my full lucid consciousness in all its form, I cannot trust anyone. And when I do get everything back, I know that I'll be able to see people for who and what they are. Then we can talk about trusting one another. It's just sad that we have to live this way. We have to even consider things like this. Because in this realm, who can actually say that they're 100% conscious and lucid? No one. Because we're all under this deception. How can we even trust anybody here? It's really it's a mindfuck. All I know is that I have to follow my own inner guidance, my own morals, my own knowing. I don't want anyone to suffer. I don't want anyone to have to go through this life. Everyone who is real, true, and not evil deserves everything that this place is not. And now I'm going on a rant, but this is all I think about. This is all I ponder. I'm at this 24/7. Even when I'm doing the mundane chores of life, the mundane bullshittery, I'm thinking about this. I'm questioning. I'm trying to go deeper. And it just blows my effing mind that in these other states of awareness, it does not even register. It does not even register. Even though in this reality, that's all I do. What does this mean? I'm not sure. Well, I didn't realize I was talking for this long, and hopefully this is worth listening to. I don't know. Just really, like I said before, I do these videos for myself. It helps me become conscious of my inner workings. And if it can help you, I'm glad. I think everyone on this level needs to keep it up and coming together and sharing and sharing and sharing. Not trying to make a profit, not trying to make a business, not trying to make your kingdom here by using this information and by entrapping souls into giving you money. No. We're freeing ourselves from this place. We're freeing ourselves from this place. Don't use this information to allow you to buy more little goodies, little treats from the devil. Use this information to help empower others, to help other people free themselves at no cost. At no cost. True spirituality is priceless. There is no price tag on this kind of stuff. You cannot trade spiritual things for material vanities. It will rot everything about what you're doing and the message you're trying to give. Trying to put your ego and becoming someone on a high horse, bettering your image, is going to rot and decay the truths that you are trying to tell people. Spirituality, true spirituality, is facing the darkness and not allowing that darkness to pervert your heart, your spirit. So this is to all my brethren, my sisters, my family who are in this place against their will, going through this torture day in and day out. This is for you. You are not alone. We will make it out of here. Keep your heart true. Keep your intentions pure, and don't allow this realm to pervert you and what you're doing. Well, with that, I guess I'll end it.